Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. Welcome to the Higher Education Virtual Expo 2023 webinar session. With me today is Yang Mulia Mr. Awangku Raihan from Mahkota Maju, Sindiran Berhad, who will be presenting a topic on You Matter. Without further ado, I invite you to start your presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, moderator. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone to who's listening. I trust you are safe and well from wherever you are. Again, my name is Raihan, and the topic that I will be presenting is called You Matter. Before I proceed, let me share my screen. Yeah. Now, so a bit of introduction about the topic. The gist is often we come across those participants who would feel that they are lost and unsure where to go for the next phase on their lives. This topic will weigh on that. When there is a will, you matter. It is all about being resilient and not giving up, because our industries need potential and competent locals to excel. So how we got this topic was during a few course of teaching with regards to the workplace safety and health order and its implication. So some of the participants and IBTE students actually raised up an issue or a problem, how they are very skeptic about the future, wondering after they graduate, what is it in it for them, like what can they be, what can they do. Some are concerned of not being able to get a good job and saying that most of the jobs are being given to foreigners and so on and so forth. Yeah. So from there you can actually tell that there is an issue. Yeah. I believe in Brunei, unemployment has been an issue for the past few years. Yeah. What actually went wrong? Why are these people, although they have so many avenues, what I mean by avenue is, although they have so many pathways that they can take, for example, retaking all levels for the second time, passing them and proceeding to A levels, so they can go to higher education, universities and so on. That is one direction. And another is like, for basically they can go through IBTE to continue their studies, yeah, and having the chance to proceed to HNDEC, HND degree and so forth. But the question is, going back to the topic, what makes them not relevant to the current workforce, and what made them feel that as if they are not relevant to the current workforce? Yeah. So what Mahkota Maju did when we identified there was this problem from the students is that we came up with a 3 generic prong ways of solving or minimizing the issues, or you may call it as an approach. Number one is character building. We teach them how to build the character as an individual, as a student. Yeah. The second one is to build up their technical skills. And the third is to teach them how to apply simple life skills. Yeah. Now, character building, okay, as it is quoted on the screen, you don't get character because you are successful. You build character because of the hardship you face. So I'm going to talk about building character. So how do you define character and how do you build it? Yeah. So for me, like character is not a very complex thing. Yeah. For me, character is you doing the right thing. Like you do the right thing regardless of what the consequences are. That represents character. So then how do you build character? Well, it's a beautiful thing because it's the same. If you see it this way, if you want to build character, you do the right thing. You do the right thing for yourself, you do the right thing for your family, you do the right thing for your the people that you know, you do the right thing for your community, and you do the right thing for your country, and that's what you do. Now, on an individual level, those things are often hard things to do. Like you have to make the right decision, you have to have a disciplined life. So those build character, those little things that you do on a daily basis to make yourself better, for example, to improve yourself, to improve your situation in life. And you are doing those things and they are hard to do. Yeah. And when you do those things, they build your character, and ultimately they lead you to your character being a good character, basically. But and then again, it isn't easy. Usually the right thing is the toughest thing to do, is the hard decision. And the second thing is when it doesn't turn out right for you when you do the right thing. Yeah. Lots of time we stumble. Yeah. But when you think about it larger than life, when you do the right thing, it doesn't turn out right. What do you have to do? Well, you have to get up, you have to dust yourself off and get back on the fray, and that's tough to do. Because the last thing that you want to do when you are getting beat up from every side, here and there, right and left, is that you really want to quit. That's the last thing that you want to do. And yet it's those kind of challenges in life that builds that character, that really makes a difference between the positive life, the life lived well, and the people that don't make those kind of decisions. Yeah. Yeah, and another way that you can build and strengthen a character is to make people perceive and take you seriously. Like, how do you make people listen to you? Not by force, but actually by your character, your virtue as a person, your virtue as a professionalism. Yeah. So how are we to build the character that such as self? So how do we build those character in individuals such as self-confidence, never say die attitude, never give up attitude, and so on and so forth. So basically, it may sound simple, but yeah, we give them confidence, we motivate them, we remind them constantly how important they are, how they matter. Yeah. Another way you can build character is by showing resilience, by you not giving up. Yeah. So resilient individuals choose not to let difficulties delimit who they are. Like, for example, quite often people define themselves by what they do, and not by who they are. This is not very helpful when you face a setback. Yeah. Hence why student pose that issue, problem of not being good enough, and so on. It is better to adopt and train yourself into acquiring a new stance in life, because that will support you face any challenges that may arrive. So on the screen here, there's a few steps that you can do. Like, keep a positive mindset. Number one, you have to keep a positive mindset. Like, think of it this way: every situation is only temporary, and everything has its solution. Like, it's okay to feel that you've hit a dead end, that you've hit a wall, for example. But like what they say, sometimes when you feel like you've hit a wall, the wall is meant to be broken down sometimes. Yeah. So that's how you proceed to in your phases in life. The only thing that matters is how an individual behave during those instances. Like they say, when there's a will, there is a way. Definitely. Yeah. The second one is try to open up more. Like, for example, instead of closing down, instead of being defensive, having to worry every time, seek feedback. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Yeah. This attitude in life makes every situation more manageable and accelerates the process of learning. Yeah. And then the third one is to take a step back for a moment, see this situation from a broader perspective. Yeah. That will bring clarity and new understanding. Yeah. The fourth one is, do not sit there pondering too long, because nothing will change by just sitting and thinking too much. Yeah. You should determine the first a first best step and take it. Yeah. That will propel you into action, generate new alternatives, allow you to regain traction and renew confidence. And the fifth one is remember who you are. And unexpected things happen in life. Yeah, everything is fluid. Nevertheless, you may stay grounded. Events do not have the power to sweep you away, not unless if you let them. Yeah. Stay focused on your intent, your goals, your strength, and your achievements. These will keep you moving forward and make you able to navigate through any torments. Yeah. So with all that being said, yeah, now the second prong is basically we give them the skills that they need in terms of technical skills. Yeah. So so what we do in Mahkota Maju is that we teach them how to do rigging, yeah, slinging, cross hauling. We involve them a lot in lifting activities, operations, and so on. So those are the skills that we are imparting to them. Because once they have those skills, yeah, basically the capacity and the confidence level will grow. Yeah. Then after that, their character, their convictions towards whatever that they are doing will increase. Because why? Because they have the skills and then they know how to do it. Yeah, and then they are confident. Yeah. So what is industrial skill training? Yeah. So the purpose of the industrial skill training is to expose individuals to real work environments, experience, and at the same time to gain knowledge through hands-on observation and job execution. And then from there, the individual will also develop skills in work ethics, yeah, how they work, yeah, how they bring themselves, yeah, during work, how to communication, how to communicate with their peers, with their subordinates, how to communicate with their bosses, their management, yeah, and management and others. So how do they manage themselves during work? Let's say one day they're going to put them, they are being put in a managerial level. How will they manage people? How would they manage the people and whatnot? And then lastly, the practical training allows individuals to relate theoretical knowledge with its application in the industry. Yeah. These are examples, highlights and pictures of what we do in Mahkota Maju. There's a lot more, but I took some that I have, which is like good, with a good clear quality and whatnot. Yeah. So basically, Mahkota Maju provides certifications, yeah, and competency training that benefits those who want to get involved in oil and gas industry, onshore and offshore, and basically any industry. Unskilled and even unemployed may gain benefit as the course Mahkota Maju offers are related to the industry and to upper level until becoming subject matter experts, SME. Yeah. For example, you can see in the picture occupational first aid course. You can see the picture in the middle, bottom middle, rigger level 1 at the top, and then team lead, and on the far right is confined space entry, breathing apparatus, and rescuing casualty that is suspended from a height. Yeah. So the competency course in Mahkota Maju has phases which are theory in classroom, written and practical assessment, and coaching. Placement program is another phase that each of the IBTE students need to go through in order to gain more skills and knowledge on the related skills that they were trained beforehand. So this is what we are currently doing right now. This is what's currently happening in Mahkota Maju. Yeah, this will be a very good opportunity for them to be here with us, to be equipped with necessary tools, familiar with the policies and standard operating procedures within the industry. Yeah. So I would like to just share the 3 months development plan for the IBTE student industrial placement. For example, like if you see on week number 1, they will be learning about safety rules and procedures of lifting operations, yeah, familiarizing with WMP manual lifting procedures within the industry. Also, they will be doing and learning about how to do risk assessment for lifting operations in any settings as well, and suggest control measures and mitigations. Yeah. Also understanding method statements, safe system of work, SSW, PTW, and so on. Yeah. So for every week is different, and the reason for this is because we want to equip them with necessary knowledge and skill sets. Yeah. For them to leverage in the future, and also to develop their creative, critical, and analytical thinking skills. Yeah. The IBTE students, as you can see on this slide, on week number 7, they are also given the occupational health and safety environment courses that is going on in Mahkota Maju. Yeah. So this slide, these are some of the students that we had from IBT cohort 3 with their honest comments and testimonial. Now, the third one is basic life skills, where we advise students on how to survive in the working industry. So basically, what is life skills? Yeah. So life skills are abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enables individuals to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. Yeah. Life skills are those skills which effectively. Now here, this slide shows examples that what we teach the students during the course is we teach them thinking skills such as creative thinking, critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making, emotions, how to cope with emotions, empathy, and self-awareness, being aware of oneself, and then social, effective communication, with them how to communicate, and also interpersonal relationship. Now the question is, why should we teach them life skill? Now, our education system is information-based, knowledge-based. Here we retain the information and recall and produce during exam. Unfortunately, skills are not thought. Yeah. And because of nuclear families, for example, some do not have the opportunity to teach children the life skills. Yeah. And of course, especially during the first, second wave of COVID, the children, the individuals are at home, they've lost all social skills. At that time, they didn't go to school, they didn't do sports, they are in front of the internet and so on and so forth. Yes, they do have very good knowledge, information, but unfortunately, the skills are very poor. So that is why we need to teach students, individuals with those skills, which they can deal challenges of everyday life. That is what is called life skills. Now, for example, a simple example, I'll give a generic one on how to spend wisely. We teach them, like, for example, we advise them to not get themselves involved in many debts, especially what I observe. Like, just imagine when a person starts working and in 3 months already wants to buy a car with a salary of 500 and the car loan is 350 by that situation. Yeah. So this is the kind of basic skills that can actually ruin them at the early stage. Remind them is that as long as you are an employee, that doesn't guarantee you, let's say, to cover. So yeah, so how? So basically, this type of skills we teach them, and we stage of career and encourage them to do more savings and some. To recap everything that I have shared, there are 3 prongs, generic prongs on how our center, Mahkota Maju, approached this issue when we heard of the problems coming from the students and individuals. Yeah, first is by character building. The second is to impart and teach them the necessary industrial technical skills, and lastly, basic life skills. Yeah. So coming from me, like at the end of the day, it's still up to you whether you want it, and it's a matter of which direction do you want to go. Yeah, and then yeah, that's all coming from me. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys yeah, that's all from me.
Thank you, Yang Mulia Mr. Awangku Raihan, for your insightful presentation. We hope this session has been beneficial for our viewers. Thank you once again for joining us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.